Okay, everybody, it is Monday, August 15th, 8 o'clock, and here we are. Everyone's muted but me. I just noticed that. Thanks for coming on, everybody. We're going to talk a lot about the trip tonight, and so if you are watching this as a replay, that's awesome. Thank you for taking the time to do that. I hope this information is really valuable for you. And if you could make sure to message me. I'll have something at the end that you can message me or whatever. So I know that we'll have some sort of homework or feedback or something. So, okay, so let's go ahead and we can share a win for the week if everybody wants to think of something. I like to do these because I think it's so important because we have so much negativity, right, that comes into us, and the negative things always feel really powerful. You know, if you have there was somebody that was telling me, it was actually Cindy Herpino. She's one of our upline leaders, and she said that someone used to tell her that for every negative thought you had to have 100 positives. That's so many, right? But that's how powerful a negative thought or thing in your life can be. So I am going to go around and we'll just ask for you guys to unmute or put your hand up, and you can give us a win that you had for the week. So does anyone want to volunteer to go first?
I will.
Okay, thanks, Shirley.
I don't know. Can you see me? I'm in I usually do it on my computer, so I'm in the bathroom at the hotel room because my daughter
behind you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting at the wall because my daughter's watching TV, so I didn't want to miss this, and I didn't want to interrupt what she was doing. So I figured I'd hide in the bathroom.
That's dedication. Sit in the bathroom on the floor in a hotel next to the toilet.
Yep.
You win.
It's clean. So yesterday, one of my deactivated stylists reached out and asked me how she could reactivate. So that's good. So she said she has more time now to try to work this business. So hopefully she actually does it. So I gave her all the information. So that's a win for me.
Yeah. So was she someone that needed to repurchase the kit, or is she just going to pay the $25 and reactivate?
I think she just has to pay the $25. I don't think it's been 6 months yet, because I think February, March, April, May, June. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't remember when she deactivated. I need to look.
Well, we can look her up, and if she can reactivate by purchasing the kit, that's actually ideal, because that could be a trip point for you. So talking about the trip, that's a really great thing to bring up, because if you haven't contacted, if you've been around for a while and haven't contacted deactivated stylists, that's a really great way to get a trip point, right? Is if they've had, and we want them to get a new kit, that's just so much fun. It's so exciting to get all those new samples. I find that my samples dry out faster than my regular sets. So, and you get new catalogs right now. It's just really exciting to get that package in the mail. And so, yeah, we can find out though, Shirley, if you want to message me, we can look her up, or you can go to your deactivated stylist. I tried to use the chat today, but the chat didn't seem to be working. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but we can check in with them too.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Shirley. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Okay.
So I normally do bingo once a month in my VIP group, and someone had suggested that I do something else, like add to it, like offer another kind of game night. And so I did the wheel party, which I had watched the wheel party before on Connect the Dots, and I forgot about it until convention. Somebody was talking about it, and so I rewatched it, and that's what I did. Tried Thursday night, redid Friday night, but I ended up selling 25 sets from it. So it was fun, and I just got to do it.
Awesome.
I was nervous, but
that's great. So what do you do? What did you end up doing for your wheel?
Oh, like what did I put on it?
Yeah. Super fun.
All right, so here's what I did. So I have $8 off, $10 off, $9, or no, sorry, sets, not off. So my sets were anywhere from $8 to $11. And then I only had one free set spot. I figured I was gonna do like prizes, but I do a lot of prizes with my bingo, so I want to do something different. My bonus that I had, this was for free shipping. And if they already got a free shipping spot, then they would just get the set for $11. Because I'm like, you guys don't need more than one free shipping, because I'm only shipping you one package tonight.
Yeah.
But it went good. So
Cool. Thanks for sharing.
yeah.
And you could, if you don't have a wheel like that, you could just use like a computer wheel, right? And there's like a free wheel spinning thing.
Just like bingo, like I have my bingo sticks in here. You could easily just take your poker chips or popsicle
Yep.
sticks and put how much, like $10 set, $5
Yeah.
set, whatever,
Yeah,
$2
so easy
off.
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Amanda, did you have them already pick out the sets that they were going to buy, or did you go through them during it?
No, they had no idea what I was. Well, I did put some Let's Glow on there. I put 2 of them, and they knew that was going to be there, and that was the only set that they knew about. So I had 2 parties I was hosting this last weekend, so I was super busy like all week. And so my daughter, I told my 9-year-old, I go, I need you to pick out sets, fill this table, and I just put Post-it notes on them. I go, fill this table, line them up really nice. She's got like OCD, so I knew they'd lay nice. And she put numbers on them, and I ended up doing 45 sets, and some I only had 1 set of. Some were doubled up, some were tripled. Not many were tripled. So if they were gone, they were gone, and that's all I did. But
So did you just go through them like one at a time, and they paid
Okay.
one price like for each set, or do they pay?
So what I did is I was like, okay, here, number 17 is Salute to You. I talked about it for a second, and that's what I do for bingo as well. And if they wanted it, they would say sold 17. And then for this, if they said sold, I wrote down their name. I said, all right, let's get the wheel, and then I wrote down their price on my my sheet. This is the same thing I used for bingo. I just put in the name of the set here, the name of the person who grabbed it, and then I just wrote next to it what their price was. And I was nervous to have free set on there because I'm like, what if I land on it a lot? And I actually only landed on it twice. And so out of 25 sets, that wasn't bad.
So they could pay different prices for different sets.
Yeah, it was for each set that they
Yeah.
claimed I would spin. And then I did add just straight up $4 shipping to everybody, so I told everybody to plan on $4 shipping, but it could go lower. So they could have got free shipping. And then I knew if I could mail it in an envelope, then I was only gonna charge them $1. Because I used to do free shipping for everybody, but I'm like, that adds up to a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'm done with that.
Cool. That's a great win. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Okay, who wants to go next with their win, Grick? Otherwise, I can share mine.
I can share mine.
Okay.
Honestly had a hard time thinking of something, but just because we just got into the new house. So my win is that I actually like kind of unpacked my office, like at least the things that I need out. And I felt like I could at least put some more time into it yesterday and today, just reconnecting with people and reaching out about the new college set. So I feel like I kind of, like I said, I think in one of the messages, just feel really disconnected. So
Yeah.
just trying to get back and like feel like just because I moved doesn't mean I'm going to lose all those customers, and
Right.
just trying to rebuild, like, I guess as I'm convincing myself of that, just like reassuring the customers too, like I'm still here and I'm still, there for you. So.
A few things I've had to really learn over the last year is, more is not more. That is one thing that we keep ourselves so busy doing, and we're like, oh, what else could I do? What else could I do? What else could I do? More is not more, not necessarily, right? So that is one thing. And then also, work smarter, not harder. So just this time I wanted to offer if people wanted a catalog. And so I took a picture of a catalog and I put it in my Yumi Who. And so they can go and claim a catalog in my UMU, because then I have their address, right? Like it's right there. And maybe they want to throw a couple sets on there. I also put it in my stories, and I got a couple people in there that are like, sure, I take a catalog. So I'll be posting this in my stories for the next couple of days. And I might
So are you
like,
just sending that to them for free then?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And it weighs more than an ounce. So I just use a regular stamp plus, because I don't need to use a non-machinable stamp. A non-machinable stamp covers that it's not machinable. So it's more rigid, right? This is not, because this is just paper, but it does weigh more than an ounce. So I use a regular forever stamp plus an additional ounce stamp, which is this bunny. And you know what? I will tell you, when I sold for Park Lane, I went through and they had a really thick catalog. Amanda knows because she used to sell Park Lane also. And they had a really thick catalog. And I was never skimpy with catalogs because people love to like browse through a catalog. And ours is no longer a pamphlet. It is actually a catalog. The other thing I told them was, let me show you this. In my bundles, I don't know what everybody else got, but in my bundles, I got that Figure It Out. And then I also got Carmine Shine, right? I got these two colors. And I said, if you want, I could send you this color so you can see what it looks like on. Because you know, it's a different color, right? It's a bright blue, but it's really pretty. It goes with lots of things. So just kind of something fun. I have already sent 6 catalogs out, and I have like that many more to send. And you know what? You can go either way, right? That it's a waste of time to send the catalogs. They can look at it digitally. They can look at our UMeWho's. They can do all that stuff. Or you can say, gosh, it sure is fun to get something in the mail that's not a bill, right? So I don't know. Whatever, you could put a little note on there. A lot of times I'll just do a sticky note and just be like, thanks for being one of my favorite customers, or love sending fun mail. I don't know, something like that. Good. Anyone else want to go? Share
I
the
can
so
go.
thank you, Jessica. Andrea?
I was at a bowling tournament this weekend in Alexandria with my daughter, and I think I had my VIP barcode. I save it in my photos,
Mhm.
or my whatever QR code, whatever it is. And I know there's one girl who goes to Nebraska. So I showed her mom the Nebraska nails. There's one girl that goes to Wisconsin. I showed her mom the Wisconsin nails. I'm like, hey, I know you guys are going to be at bowling tournaments for your kids. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think about maybe looking at some of our new college sets? And then one other girl, we were looking at each other's nails or something, and she's like, oh, my nails are just terrible. It's just regular polish and blah, blah, blah. And who I was standing next to knew that I was Color Street, and they're like, well, have you ever tried Color Street? She goes, God, I have a stack of them like this at home, and I can't ever get them on straight. So then I like started explaining the anchor method, and I said, you know what, why don't you join my VIP group? I'll send you a link with a tutorial so you know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, and here, I have a sample. Let me just throw it on you. I'll show it to you, but now I'll send you the tutorial. So I got 3 new people in my VIP group just from talking about the college sets. I think really helped. And then yeah, I got a sample on somebody. And so yeah, hopefully it'll turn into something for me come tomorrow.
Mhm.
I mean, we were talking about them, so that was nice.
Yeah, it's great. They talked about them on our call today, and they're saying, and I know they sent this in an email too, but just like, don't reach out to other colleges. Like Color Street's already done that. We have somebody that's working through that. Oh my gosh, I forgot I was going to tell you guys this. So I went live in my group to show my bundle and what I got. And of course, I have people that want to buy this stuff I already have, right? And I'm almost done with my live, and I have a call coming in, and it's one of my VIP members, and she's calling me, and I'm like, she's like, well, it took you forever to answer. I'm like, cause I was still live, like I'm still talking and you're calling me. And she's like, I want this, and can you mail them tomorrow? And I have to have the lipstick that you put on. So all I did, so a couple things about the lipstick, because I know we've talked about this before. And I know we've talked about it on this call before, but you guys, this is such a powerful thing for us. If you do not believe in the lipstick yet, I'm going to tell you. Stop doubting this. Okay? Like if you're not in, as I know that some people are not into this makeup thing, I have got to tell you my experience with this lipstick. It is crazy. Like everyone I have talked to cannot wait to buy it. It's unbelievable. So I'm like, okay, well, it's a one swipe lipstick. So it means you just swipe it one time and it's got enough coverage, and then it dries. It's not meant to be a lip stain, and it's not meant to be like a certain amount of hour lipstick, right? It's supposed to be that it penetrates into your lips, but it doesn't keep its like wetness, like it's supposed to dry, but it doesn't dry out your lips. It's very moisturizing. So I'm on my live last night and I pull out this color that I got. This is that VIP color, I think is what it's called. And so I just swipe it on when I'm on the live, right? I'm not kidding. I have like 5 people that are like, as soon as that lipstick comes out, I want it. How much does it cost? And I'm like, oh, I think that the lipsticks are going to be 22. The lip liners are going to be 19, and the lip balm. So of course at conference, we got this. There's only one shade of the tinted lip balm, and that's going to be 19. And so this customer, who I would have never, ever thought was going to want to buy lipstick, I can't believe this, you guys, was like, I want the color you're wearing and I want the tinted lip balm as soon as it comes out. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's FaceTiming me. So I'm like, I can't stop. Like I have to make sure that my face doesn't look like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, I don't even, like, you work in a nursing home and she still wears a mask. And she's like, I just love the way lipstick looks on you. And I want that color. And you guys, I'm trying to keep a straight face, because it's kind of like, knock, 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 sell me something. That's what's happening to me right now, you know? So anyway, it's good stuff. The other cool thing about it, so I put this on for her, and then I went outside and I had to pull my car in. So it was like an hour later, and like an hour later, it's dry enough where it doesn't like, then like right now, if I put my cup up, it'll have the lipstick on my cup, but in like an hour it won't. And it still looks super good. So anyway, I'm sorry I got on a tangent there a little bit, but I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, man.
I know they don't say it's good for a certain amount of hours or anything, but like with your experience, like how often do you feel like you need to reapply it throughout the day?
So I think I told you guys, Lip Sense, I like cannot wear it. It is so, I have tried and tried and tried. I've tried wearing it for days, like over and over, and I cannot wear it. It ends up, something about the inside of my lips, maybe the way I talk, or if I like rub my lips together too much, it just does not stay on. And so like I can go so like I directed a play yesterday, right? And I was there at 7:45 and I didn't leave until almost 1, and I didn't need to reapply the whole time.
And didn't you say you're not really a lipstick person at all? Like you
Well,
never were?
I used
Is
to
that
always
because
wear
of the way it
lipstick.
wears?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's just one of those things that like, I'd love there to be like a magical solution with lipstick. And so with kids and, you know, I also had this lipstick in my purse in the Arizona sun when I was out at the pool for like 2 hours, and it did not melt. I can't believe that. That must have just been like, I don't know if that was a fluke or what, but I was excited about that. So if you earn the lipstick bundles, the 6-item bundle comes with 3 lipsticks, 2 liners, and the balm, the tinted lip balm. And then the 10-item bundle is 6 lipsticks, 3 lipstick liners, and the tinted lip balm. And our lipstick is made in Korea. Someone was like, well, why isn't it made in the US? Made in Korea. And I think I already shared this with you guys, but just to reiterate again, that the standards are actually higher in Korea. And so it's made in Korea for a reason. Like our stuff that's made in the US is junk. Also, when we go into Canada with the lipstick, and then when we go into Europe and Germany, which is supposed to happen beginning of 2023, we heard that at conference, that we have to have those standards. So, and we're saying that it's makeup, not cosmetics. I look so much better with lipstick on. It is ridiculous. Okay, anyone else want to share a win for the week? Otherwise, I'll share mine. So I'll share mine. I mean, I'm still on a high from conference. Like seeing everyone in person and being able to be there is just like, it's magical. I can't even describe it. Like, it is magical to be with people and to be with team members that you've interacted with so many times. Just to sit in like the same room with them, and I don't know, just I don't know how to describe it. It is just a magical experience. So I know a lot of you couldn't go this year for very, very good reasons, right? There's always good reasons. And I completely understand that. I would definitely, if it were me and it was like a money hardship, I would put aside like $60 a month, just in like an envelope in wherever, to just kind of hold that. Cause $60 times 12 months is $500. So right now, no, it's more than that. I think I said $50 for 12 months. No, it's not more than that. I can't do math. $720 is what that would be, right? Yes. I can quick do the math. 12 months, 60. Yeah. $720, not 500. That's a little bit more. So $50 would be $600. Right? Yeah. Anyway, put aside a little money if you want to make it a priority and just do it, because it's fabulous. It is so fun. So yeah, I'm still on just a high from that. I have quite a few new customers this week, just from me sharing. And the other thing I'm doing is, I had a girl that she posted a picture of her and her daughters doing their nails with liquid polish, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, can I like show you a different way? I have some petite sets that are, I have them. I got a bunch of these petite sets, and I'm like, can I send them each one so you can try to put this on them and see what you think? And she's like, yeah, I would love that. That'd be so great. And she did like her own French on her nail with liquid polish. I was like, girl, like I have something that is different than that. That is so much better. And she was like, oh my gosh, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, but I want to. We have all these sets. So like, what are we going to do with them? How are we going to change people's lives? Can we give some, like I have a whole bunch of sets. Like I can easily give a whole bunch of these away. I could easily just like gift a ton of sets away. And that's what I'm going to do this week, is just kind of find people to throw a set at, intentionally, right? Okay, well, let's talk about this trip, shall we? That's kind of what we've been waiting for, but I love to hear those wins. And of course, if you have something that you're just really, really struggling with, would you put that in the chat and we will talk through that. So if you want to type that up in the chat, if you haven't yet, you definitely want to print out the Color Street tracker. So this was actually shared in our Level Up group. I don't know who shared this, but I have a laminator, so I'm going to laminate mine. Otherwise, just throw it in like a sleeve, one of those page protector sleeves, and then you can use dry erase on it if you want. Or you can just pin it somewhere and use pen or pencil and just live with it if you make a mistake. But it's kind of fun to be able to write like what your PV is and watch that kind of change through the month. do you guys have some questions on the earning? Like, should I go through it all? Do you want to shoot questions at me? I would definitely say in your calendar, block off the trip dates. Okay. Act like you're taking the trip. So like when you have a goal, you want to put the goal somewhere where it's really easy to see. So put September 20th through 24th, 2023 in your calendar like you're going on a trip. Okay. The earning period already started in August and it goes through March 31st. So we've got lots of time. Of course, we want to, stack this beginning time for the trip. The trip is a little bit different. They upped the trip points that you need to earn, but they changed what you are earning, which I absolutely love. Your level 1 is 4-night accommodations for 2. So you get to go and then bring a guest, unlimited meals and drinks for 2, and then round trip airfare for 1. And then level 2 for the extra 40 points is that airfare for that extra person. So that's what you're earning. I will tell you, going on a trip with a company that's completely paid for is pretty special. Like it is something that really impacts you. And it's like you never want to not earn it. Like you always want to earn it after that. So that's really great. Ways to earn points are, of course, selling and getting PV. So you get a point for every 500 in PV, and that just kind of keeps rolling, right? It doesn't stop at a month. So you don't need to get to like 500 or 1,000 or 1,500 in 1 month. It just kind of keeps tallying through that trip earning. You do have to have 12 PV points. So, if we take 12 times 500, that's 6,000 PV, right?
That's on that sheet. On the bottom, it says it's 6,000 PV. On that sheet you held up.
Oh, this one, the tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at the bottom, it says down there.
Oh, sure. So if you know that you have to have 6,000 PV, right? And then you know that you have 8 months to do this. You need 750 PV every single month. So that's your goal every month. Okay. Now, if you miss 750 in a month, you got to tack that on somewhere, right? So what the goal is you want to earn more points. You really don't want to just have 12 trip points from PV. You want to have more points than that. And then, of course, when you enroll a new stylist who achieves a qualified stylist spot, right? Then that's a point. And you have to have 4 points. You have to have 4 people, at least 4 people that have joined during the trip period and that have qualified sometime in the trip period. And then those people that you earned those points with have to remain stylists as of April 1st. So let's say I recruit Amanda and she qualifies and then she deactivates in January. Well, I need another person to fill her place because she was one of my 4. Okay. Everybody good so far, or do you have questions on that?
So what if you have 4 of them at some point, and then they're not deactivated, but they're not qualified status?
It's okay.
That's
They
okay.
have to have qualified at some point in the trip
Okay.
earning period.
Okay.
Ultimately, you want more than that, right? Because you need 45 points. So right now we're saying if you have 750 in sales and then you have 1 stylist or 4 stylists, but you have 750, that's only 16 points. So you need more points than that. Okay. And then enrolling volume. This is a new thing. And it says that you must achieve 12 enrolling volume points. So this gives you a point when your personally enrolled new stylist earns 500 in PV. Any questions about that? So if I enroll Amanda and she gets to 500, if I'm understanding this correctly, I get 2 points. Because I got a point for her hitting qualified stylist status, as long as it's in that, like she can't do 250 in August and then 250 in September, right? That's only 1 point then. I would need her to qualify in one of those months for it to be double point, 2 points there.
And then you can only get that first point once. Like once she's qualified, you get one qualified
Yes.
point.
Yep,
And then every 500 after that is 1 point.
yep,
Okay.
yep.
And is it 500? So you're saying I have to get 500 in a month, or is it rolling like
Yeah,
our own
that
PV
would, I
is?
would think that would be rolling. It doesn't
Okay.
really say in the terms and details. It doesn't really say anything about that, but I can get more. I can get like a better clarification there. And I'm assuming that for every 500, you get a point for your new stylist, but that's an assumption. So I'll need to clarify that. And then let's talk about personal rank promotions, because those are 3 points. So what rank are you at? Think about your rank and think what your next rank is. So it said that it was going to be career title, not highest rank. So like Shirley, your highest rank is team leader, right?
Correct.
They changed this part and said that it would be your career rank. And then any promotion above that. So what's your career rank?
It's team builder.
Team builder, okay?
Yep.
So when you promote to senior team builder, then you get 3 points. Any questions on that? Okay. And then I printed out the brochure, and there are examples for how to earn the points, this monthly example. I'm going to tell you, take what you're wanting to do. If you want to earn the 45 points and divide that by 8 months, right? Take the 45 divided by 8, and you need like 6 points every month. Okay, so where are you going to find those? Are you going to have 1,500 in sales? That's 3 of your points. And then you're going to have a new stylist who qualifies. And then you're going to have maybe 2 new stylists. I mean, this is not for, I'm going to tell you, this is not for the faint at heart. This is for someone. If you're going to go for a trip, you are going to build your business. Your business is not going to look the same in March. It is going to look completely different. And I can tell you that because I have earned trips, and I've been with all other people that have earned trips, and your business is completely different. And Color Street has this set up so that that's what the trip does, is it builds your business. The end. It is so great. So if you're like, I am in this, I want to rank up, I want to promote, I want to, get farther with this company, try to get the trip. Go for the trip. Make that your goal, because you will build your business. Okay, so I want to hear your feedback. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your complaints, all of your things. So talk to me.
Are the 12 enrolling points, is that a must? Like, I
It's
didn't
that-
catch
yeah,
that when I was reading.
It doesn't say that on here. Because it says at the bottom, like the ones that you must get, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it does say it on this brochure. Right here, it
Okay.
says you must achieve 12 enrolling volume points. Now,
Okay.
this is really neat because how are they equipping us to do this? They're equipping us to help to do parties. This is a volume driven trip incentive. This is to build volume. And they just gave us like a month and a half of, changing your host to a stylist, right? They just gifted that to us. So that's what we get, right? Like we get to, if Amanda's my host, I just had somebody today that was like, I want to host a party. And I was like, great, awesome. Now I'm going to get her party going. And I'm going to like start kind of talking and dropping seeds about becoming a stylist because I want her to transition this party to buying her kit. That's so simple to do because you can say, oh, did you know you already have $80 towards the kit or $100 towards the kit or $50 towards the kit? We can no longer say we don't have a kit deal anymore because we will always have a kit deal until September 30th. Because whatever they have in there, these people have plenty of nails. They don't need more free nails. And you know what? We can always give people free nails, can't we? So I'm just starting to plant seeds about people like using Color Street again. Like I was thinking of you, Jessica, when you said your win and how you were trying to kind of get back to your business. That's what I'm working on right now is I'm like, all right, I really need to like get my conversations going again so I can be really intentional about people hosting parties and then sort of dropping those seeds, making sure they're in my group, making sure they're seeing things. I tagged people in my video that I had, just seeing. I need to really be on the ball and kind of hold myself accountable, right? That's what we're doing in this group is we are being accountable, not necessarily to me, not necessarily to each other, but to ourselves. So what is it? You guys have a plan. You know exactly what you need. How are you going to get there? How close are you to the next rank? Who are your warm leads? I've had a bunch of leads and they all kind of went cold on me. Well, what does that mean? It means I need new leads, right? That's really simple. I need to go find more people to talk to. I talk to people every time I step out of my house. I'm constantly talking to people. I spent 2 hours in my car today and talked to like 10 different people. Like it's what we do. We are good at that. So then just talking to people and having the right things to say. Okay. So what sort of red light stories are you telling yourself at this moment? Anybody?
I'll go. So I think for me, it's the volume from my stylist, getting them to be able to sell enough to earn those points. I look at that and I'm like, gosh, I can't even get them to qualify each month. How am I going to get them to get to 500? Like even new stylists,
Yep.
So that's where.
Do you think that the emails that Color Street is starting to put out is going to help new stylists get to that 500 point? They have their new
drips. Yeah, the new drips. Yeah. I think of a lot of things. I think, we've kind of gotten away from the activities that we need to do. And so how can we go back to the basics and teach people the basics and just kind of go through the basics ourselves? Because I can say right now that everyone in our level up group, for the most part, is always having at least 300 in sales. A lot of you are having more than 700 in sales. So why can you have that much in sales, but someone new can't have that much in sales? My first month, I had $5,400 in sales. My first month. Why can't everyone be that way? And I understand not everyone can be that way, right? If that's not the way that it goes. But Can they have 500 in sales? 500 in sales is not even 50 sets. We also have nail care, we have remover, we have all these things that we haven't really had before. So, I mean, I know what you're saying, Shirley, because I'm saying it too.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh man, the last few people I enrolled didn't really do anything and blah, 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 right? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So
But I do change that. So I try to change that to, if I'm helping them, I can do it so I can show them
yes,
how to do it. Right. So I'm able to do
yes.
it. So are they. And I'm helping them with their launch party. So there's no
Yes.
reason why they should be able to get there.
Yep.
So I mean, in my mind, I have the red light story and then I turn it into a green light
Yes.
story, because if
Yeah.
I'm doing it and I'm helping them, there's no reason they can't.
And you know what? You're not in charge of that. You are in charge
Right.
of you. You're responsible for you.
Mhm.
Did you do a
Right.
launch party? Did you set them up for success? I was sitting in a session at conference and they were like, I don't ever do their launch party because I just feel like I'm babying them. They can do their own launch party. We have our own mock groups. We have our own mock party groups. They make what she says that she has them do is she has them go to the mock party group and then she tells them, she says, this is how we do it. Now you make your own mock party group. So now your first thing that you're doing is like figuring out how you want to do your party. So you're taking my skeleton of mock party and you're like, oh, I can't use that graphic. It's old, or I don't want to use that graphic. Let me look for a new graphic. And you're making your own mock party group so that when you do that's genius, right? When you go and you do your own parties, now they've created exactly how they want to do a template. Like they have their own thing. So, I mean, like she said, why should I do their launch party? They're going to think I'm going to do everything for them. And I'm not.
Right.
So taking all that pressure off of ourselves and then just saying, hey, everything's here for you. I think what we want is the control of it. We want them to get to 300. So we're like, gosh darn it, I'm doing your party because I know I can get you to 300. Where we want to equip them to do it. And then that fuels the drive for them to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like my new stylist, I'm helping her with her launch party. So we're kind of doing it together.
You're
she doesn't
coming
know how to set
alongside.
up.
Yeah.
Right,
You're
because
linking
she doesn't-
arms. Yeah.
Yeah. She didn't know how to set up a group. She didn't know anything of Facebook. So
Yeah.
it's all about, leading them, right? Helping
Yes.
them when they need it, not doing for them.
Yes.
Because I have my own business to run. I can't
Yes.
run their business in addition to mine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep. And then
Totally.
allowing them that if they aren't going to do anything, I'll find somebody new that will. And there's
Oh,
always going to be somebody else that
absolutely.
will, right?
yeah.
I think of a few people on your team and I think they had the ability, they had the drive, they had the know-how. You equipped them with everything. They just chose not to. So
Right.
what are we choosing not to do? Are we choosing not to talk about the business? Are we choosing not to ask for a party? Are we choosing not to ask for sales? Because we also have the choice too. So it what goes around comes around too,
Absolutely. I personally, I'm still digesting conference because I went from getting home to going on a trip. But
Yeah.
the week with my niece, who has a lot of friends going to college, I was like, hey, talk to your friend. She's going to this school. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, tell her I'll send her a free set of the college nails if she helps me, advertise them. And,
Yeah.
so yeah. So I feel like conference has given me a little more confidence in being in the ability to just start those conversations
Mhm.
and being
Yeah.
not so feeling like I'm pushy, or salesy or whatever. So
Yeah, you
Yeah.
listen to all these other people talk because it's just like stylist story after story after story after story after story, right? And you're like, you kind of go, but they're nothing special. Like if they can do it, I can do it. And I think that's not being like judgy in that way. It's just saying like, I thought I had to be this, and this. because we write these stories for ourselves. Because I'm not this way, I can't. Because I'm not, this way, I can't. I'm not as good in live videos, or I'm not as good at blah, blah, whatever it is that we're telling ourselves. But then we look at all these women at conference and we see all their ribbons of what they've done. And we're like, she's not even having a conversation with the person next to her. If she can have all those ribbons, like I can do this, we just realize that people are so human. I think that's what it is, that we're all so human. So yeah, it's great. Thank you. Anyone else telling them some red light stories before we close this up?
Yeah, I guess I feel kind of what they said. Like I shared that I earned the trip this year, but when the trip was released, I thought there's no way I can do that. And that's how I'm feeling again. Like, oh my goodness, because yeah, the girls that I have on my team, I just feel like two of them, well, really only one of them right now, I think has an EPV. So I'm just like, if the girls on my team right now aren't doing anything, like, how can I get someone new to join? Which I haven't gotten anyone for months. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
Yeah. And again, I mean, we all have it. Like, do not look at me and go, well, she doesn't have that. I do. I have been so busy. I just spent an entire week directing a camp with 7 through 10-year-olds. Like I was so busy, and I tried to do some things with my business, but I didn't do as much as I wanted to. And it's not the end of the world, but like I have a whole list of people I wanted to reach out to about the $79 kit. So now I started telling myself a story about that. So instead of that story, I'm going to take out of my garbage right now. Actually took, this was like a list of people, and I was writing a whole bunch of stories about this all day long. So I just took it and I just like trashed it, and I wrote a new list because I was like, forget you. Like, you are killing my brain. You are killing all the drive I have. That list needs to go get lit up because I don't need it anymore. I just need to focus on what's my next step. So, okay, there's no more $79 kit sale. Who cares? Like, no one cares. Now I'm looking for, and I'm going to be really intentional about dropping seeds. I'm going to be really intentional about looking for people that want to sell. I'm going to be really intentional about talking to everybody, because we do not need 4 stylists for this trip. We need a whole bunch, because some of them are going to do nothing. And it's okay if they do nothing. We cannot put all this pressure on these people to sell all this stuff. That's not what our business is. Our business says you can try this and see how it happens. See what happens. Some people join for the kit and they get the nails and they're like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. Like this silly, like you guys just heard me talk about this lipstick. Okay. I really did not have any intentions of selling this because I just had no idea people would want to buy it. Like in my brain, I just didn't have anything. And that's exactly how I felt when I bought the Color Street kit. I was like, yeah, whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm not going to overthink it. And that's actually the best way for me, because I don't set myself up for failure that way. Instead, I'm like, I actually really like this lipstick. It's really nice. I really honestly do. I don't have to fake it. I don't have to pretend, because it's really great. Now I'm going to be authentically offering this to people. Isn't that cool? That's what we want to do, right? Just don't put yourself in a box of what this business should look like. It doesn't work.
I have a quick question. I don't mean to interrupt, but the lipstick bundles that we get, are those meant for us to just use?
They're
or are those meant for us
full-size
to
lipsticks. They're full-size lipsticks. They're just exactly. So they say, like, some people are like, oh yeah, they're giving us, like, they almost said like samples. And that's not what they are. We don't carry samples at this point. I don't know if we will. There was some talk about it at conference. We'll see. We can do what we want with them because they're ours. So we can sell them, I would assume. I'm going to use mine just because I want to try them. I want to get used to, like, you guys saw me at the beginning of this video. Look at me now. Like, it totally changes my face, right? It makes me look very different and much better. I look like I'm not on like 2 hours of sleep or whatever, right? So start using it, start talking about it, try it, see if it moisturizes your lips, like, so that you can authentically be you doing it. And then you know what? Take it and be like, okay, they said one swipe is going to get my lips right. Let's see if I can do this, and be okay with like getting it in the wrong spot and just like go with it. They're there for the train wreck. They actually think of how many videos you've watched where you're like, oh, this should be good. This is going to be a good video. I got to catch this one, right? It's somebody like saying what their toddler has for breakfast or something. And you're like, oh, that looks kind of interesting, right? It looks kind of dumb stuff. And that's kind of what people are like. They're there for the train wreck. They almost like want to see you fail, let them. I don't know. That's my take. Anybody else? If you knew that out of so many people that you talk to about joining or hosting or buying or whatever, that, like 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 50, if you knew right now that 1 out of, let's just say 10, because that's an easy number. Okay. Let's say 1 out of 10 people you talked to said yes to hosting. And that was proven. That was statistically proven. Okay. How many people would you ask to host a party? Like if you knew 1 out of 10, for every 10 people I ask, one's going to say yes. How many would you ask to host a party? Somebody give me an answer.
I would
And what
keep
amount of-
asking until, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just wondering, like, in what amount of time?
Yeah, I mean, you want parties for August. You have 16 more days in August. So, and let's just say that your life is perfectly set up to do as many parties as you could do. Is it? I know it's not, but let's just say it is. So
Do
Shirley,
a
what were
lot.
you going to say?
I'd be asking as many people until I got X amount of parties. So for me, I mean, I can mentally handle probably 1 party per week.
Okay.
I mean, without feeling overwhelmed. So, if we had 2 weeks left, I'd probably talk to 30 people just to make sure I got
Mhm.
those 2 weeks of yes, and then maybe September start to get filled. But
I mean, because so many times we like ask a person and then we're like, we got to get like the courage to ask another person and another person. And it's just, it doesn't snowball like it should. Whereas what I'm saying is if you knew you were going to if you knew right now, let's go to joining then. Let's say if you knew that for sure, if you asked 9 people to join Color Street, the 10th person would say yes. How many people would you ask? If you knew that.
So something I'm gonna say that works, like I've done this for parties and I should do it again because it's been probably since like right before summer. But I was looking for parties and I filled my calendar with it because all I did is I took a script and I sent it to like, I think like 25 people, and then I paused and then said I didn't want to go like get like
You don't want to get it put
sending
in
too much, you're
Facebook
saying too
jail.
much,
Yeah.
right? So I sent like 25, and then if I heard a ding, I didn't go read any messages. I didn't look and see if they said yes. I didn't look and see if they said no. I just sent those 25. And once that was done, then I went back and read them. Because if you see these no's coming in, then you're just getting discouraged. And then you'll start slowing down like, oh, nobody's wanting this. Well,
Yeah.
if you just send them and then go look at the results, it's like a different mindset.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's
You just get done.
marrying the action, divorcing yourself from the results, right? Haven't heard that before. So again, think about what your number would be if you knew that for every 9 people you asked to join Color Street, the 10th person would join. Like I would just keep asking, right? Like because I would know that out of for every 9, I got 1. And then for every 9, I got 1. Like, of course I could just keep asking then, like, duh. And same with Amanda. She said, well, I just sent out 25 and I didn't even look back. Like, I'm not even going to look at those because I know she knows that that she just needs to marry the activity. She can't think about if they're going to say yes or no. She just needs to do the action. And that's what I'm asking you. So think about those things. How many people are you going to ask to host a party? How many people are you going to ask to join? Knowing that your results will be there. The results will come. You just have to keep asking. You're not going to ask 500 people and never, ever, ever get a yes to something. It's not going to happen unless you're asking wrong, and we can work through that, right? Tell me how you're asking. Show me what you're saying. You know, let me walk alongside you as you do it. So I guess I want to leave you with that. And that's a really great place to leave. You know, it looks really big because it is big, but it is definitely not unachievable. I think they said they had 700 Riviera Maya. Is that what they said? 700 Riviera Maya achievers. I feel like that's what it was. There are people that earned it, right? And there are a bunch of people that earned the level 3, which was like 90 points or something. So it is something you can do for sure. Okay. Thank you for joining. See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you for hosting.
Of course. Yeah. Trying to think of what I didn't come up with something for. Yeah, I think just come up with your number. Come up with your numbers on how many people you're going to talk to about joining. And I think we start with joining, right? Because you can always go, well, okay, if you're not really interested in hearing more about joining Color Street, like, you know, would you be interested in just having a few of your friends come over or join for a party? And then if they're like, no, not really a party girl. You say, well, can I send you a link to the fall catalog, or could I show you some of the fall sets that we have coming out? Oh, sure. You know, just like working your way to a yes. The go for no's thing, I'm like, I want a yes. I'm actually going for yeses. I'm not going for no's. I'm going for yeses. So how can I get a yes? If I'm talking to Jessica, how can I get a yes out of her? What can I send? You know, if I'm like, hey, you know, I was just curious, have you ever thought about joining Color Street? They're just looking for some extra money or something, or, you know, whatever. And then she's like, no. Then I can go to the party, right? And then I can go to can I send you my link? And then she's like, no, I'm just really not interested. Well, could I send you a sample? Can I add you to my VIP group? Like, where is that yes? And the yes is what we need to then ease them into the yes for the things that we want. Okay. Thanks for coming. See you in 2 weeks. Thank you for having your input. I like to hear you guys talk. It's very nice. It's 9:03.
Good job.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.